O'Malley put out an interview, and O'Malley said he laid out what his plan was. His plan is to go beat up Song, and he's going to go beat up Petr Yan. He's going to have a great year. 2026, the year of Suga. Going to fight on the White House lawn. He's going to be the world champion. He's got the whole thing figured out. He said, but in the same interview, he said, "But if I lose, I'm out of here." And that was the part that threw me off, because he's coming off a loss, right? He's coming off the loss to Merab. So I'm quoting Sean. He said, "If I lose, I'm out of here." But lose is an expression. That's an expression. Or is it not? And if it is lose, which means two losses, when does that clock start? I don't think that clock should start for a world title shot. I do not believe, right, when you're talking about the year of 26 being the year of Sugar, then I would not think that anything prior to 26 we're discussing. But are we? Does the Merab count, which means if he loses to Song, he's done? Because, and the only reason I would think that is his plan, which is Song into Peter. If he loses to Song, there is no Peter. So therefore, it would possibly be lose. And it's an interesting question. See, I get asked this. Whenever there's something going on with O'Malley and somebody can't reach O'Malley, I get called. It happens all the time. And it happened to me just now. I just got asked this. So here's the thing with O'Malley. Here's why he doesn't have to do this. That's not true with very many guys. There are guys where that's true, but it's not true with very many guys. And then even guys that you think it is true. There's things that you don't know. There's a divorce that you don't know. We go, "Oh, this guy, he's done main events, he's got a bunch of money." Yeah, but what you don't understand is once Uncle Sugar, the U.S. government, took their half, now he's about to give another half to this girl because there's just things that you don't know. And the money gets cut up. O'Malley does not have to do this, and O'Malley has not needed to do this. O'Malley was the highest paid guy, and there was always an argument. His contract, but Pierre had another contract, and O'Malley's numbers versus Pierre's numbers, there was a real debate. But when you're in a debate and it's just down to you and one other guy, you get the point. O'Malley made a bunch of money. And O'Malley does not have gambling and debt and credit card and girl and baby mama. He just doesn't. As a matter of fact, he's used his money and he's done it wisely. Everything from investments to real estate to getting businesses going. I'm just sharing with you, he doesn't have to do it. So if a guy says, lose, I'm out, for most guys, it's not a choice. O'Malley doesn't have to do this one. O'Malley didn't have to do the last one. And then you've got another commodity. You got the attention. That is a drug. That is a necessary, needed commodity aside from the money. O'Malley's got a show. O'Malley's a character. O'Malley has built. O'Malley doesn't need to do this. So when he puts out a statement, and the exact statement is, "If I lose, I'm out," he might be the only guy that would actually walk. He might be. So I don't know. And it does make me think, because listen, the Song fight is a very strange fight for me. You've got this huge star in O'Malley, but that's not how the UFC works. They just never have. It's part of the brand promise of Dana White that goes back to 2001, which is the best will fight the best. The end. No one gets carried. Nobody gets covered. Nobody gets built. The best face the best to determine who's the best. It's one of these things. I don't fully get the Song fight. I got to tell you, I don't fully get that. And this Song fight, from where I was sitting at least, there was no option B. You got O'Malley that could do 5 different things. I mean, us right here as fans, I read your guys' comments every time I make a Sean P. You guys have 5 different things that you'd like to see Sean do. So do I. But it never felt like we were weighing any of those options. It was Song. Going to be O'Malley versus Song. And I have no problem with it, but why? Why is it going to be Song? And why does it have to be Song? But this is what I'm just sharing what I felt as a fan sitting back and looking at it. And I was just curious. I always like to have an answer to that question for every single fight we do. Why? Why are we here? Well, I'll watch a press conference where a fighter doesn't have an answer to that question. I'll go, why did you show up today? Why did you think we got the cameras and the lights and did this whole thing? I'm just curious, you idiot. Like, I will have that thought. And I like to have an answer to that. Why are we here? The punches and kicks aren't enough. The punches and kicks haven't been enough for years. The steel cage isn't enough. It hasn't been enough for years. There was a time when it was. There was a time when just the sport, it was this wide open rule set was enough. There was a time, a steel cage, like they go in there and play soccer, it was enough. It's not enough anymore. Why are we here? It's very important, and I will just share with you. I can tell you why we're here for every Sean O'Malley fight that he's ever had. I could do it right now and work backwards, including Contender Series. The Song fight has always thrown me off, in all fairness. And I'm into the match. And I'm into what can happen from this match. Song could go right into being number one contender. O'Malley could go right into that rematch, particularly with it being Petr Yan and the backstory that those guys have. And Yan is not over that first fight. Like this, everything works potentially. But is that all this? Is that what this is? Because I don't think you can tell me yes, because it's not a guaranteed number one contenders match. It just could be. So I don't think that's the why. I'm just sharing with you. Like I've never fully got the Song match, and I think he's a very hard draw to come into. It's an interesting match. It's an interesting match, and I don't know that. I don't know if he just put that pressure on himself or not. I gotta ask the question. If O'Malley loses, is O'Malley done? And then I get shown the interview. But my interpretation of it is we're starting at 2026, and lose is not a literal statement. It's an expression, meaning but it's still what he said. And he's one of the rare guys that can bounce whenever he wants. So with a loss, is O'Malley done? I don't know.